Hi, Pisces. This is your tarot reading, your tarot/oracle. I never know until I turn around what you're going to get. So, this is your tarot/oracle reading for November for all Pisces signs. I am getting either you or the other person. And this could be on a relationship of some level. Are a little bit choked up. Very much in your feelings. But holding on to some bitterness and some fear and blame. Some sexual frustration. Pride. Definitely some very sensitive energies, which would make sense because, I mean, it is Scorpio season. And it's definitely talking about the heart chakra, throat chakra, and crown chakra. So it's learning how to take that imagination, how to allow it to grow, how to allow that third eye to illuminate and become something and bring it into actual creativity is what was trying to come out. See, when I get choked up, start stuttering, that usually has to do with what spirit is saying. It's part of the energy. Not sure what to say, not sure what to speak. And I'm getting, Mars and Venus energy. Very much wanting to take passion, action, aggression. But very unsure, very, sexually frustrated. That could be part of the sacral chakra. That could be how you feel about yourself and your confidence. Because I always say the sacral chakra has to do with our confidence. And look, I'm getting stuttering as I'm talking about having confidence. So whether it's you or somebody else is lacking the belief in self in that sacral chakra for confidence and holding on to some pride and some blame and some fear, which is just causing more sexual frustration in one form. And like I said, sexual frustration can be about sex, but it can also be about your confidence and how you feel about yourself. And we are in Mercury Retrograde, so learning how to speak, or not learning how to speak, but figuring out how to speak what you want to when communication is kind of only talking to you, may be a little bit tough, and then getting confused between the heart and the head and bringing that into actual positive forward movement. But there's a lot of abundance here. There's a lot of abundance here. Anything else? Your subconscious mind is probably getting in the way. Your hidden self, some of that karmic debt, self-deception, self-undoing. Which is probably standing in the way of the task at hand coming out as easily and the growth being able to come forward. Which has to do also with that universal 12th house and the universal 9th house, which is technically the higher self versus the fear of the healing of the 12th house. Grief, sorrow, shame, blame, embarrassment. And then that hidden self keeps you hidden in larger groups from what you really are wanting to regenerate. Are we done? Something's going on also with the friendships, the groups, memberships. community. But there's a death of some part of something that you're supposed to be letting go of so that you can find a new enjoyment. A new peace with self to bring peace and enjoyment into what you're trying to create. Into a new relationship with new rules. Hopes, goals, dreams. And the one that's calling us this one. All right. What's going on with Pisces original core energy? What's going on with Pisces original core energy? Spiritual practice. Now, in this case, this could be about you getting right with your spiritual practice. Yes. This could be getting right with your soulfulness. This could be also speaking about realizing new levels of spiritual practice, spiritual truths, spiritual knowing, all different forms, which could be spiritual, but it could also just plain and simply be soulful. But what they're coming is enlightenment. So you're learning something. You're learning something and recalibrating, maybe. Illuminating, maybe. Ascending in a form. Through this new level of growth that's going on inside of you. In some form. What is the core energy? No. Yeah, I looked at it wrong. This is concentration. This is... Okay. The only thing I see when I see this card is that little mouse. And it's funny because I was just having this conversation with the Pisces just the other day. Sometimes you have to go inside. You got to be the quiet one. You got to pay attention to what's going on around you. Because you're going to learn something. The mouse is learning something from Ganesh here. This is talking about concentration. Yes. But it's coming with illumination and spiritual practice. This is saying there's something going on outside of you. Maybe in the world around you, the environment. Shh. Quiet as a mouse for a little bit. Something is about to be shown to you. It's going to help you to see something in a whole new light. Divine support. So yeah, this is definitely something around you is coming in. There's something definitely shifting. It's meant to happen. I had a feeling this deck was going to come out for you. What's going on with the core energy for Pisces? 7th house. There's something definitely going on with the relationships. I said right off the beginning, I felt that there was something going on with the relationships. This is partnerships, divorce, lawsuits, relationships, marriage, separation, children. Anything you care about, you have a relationship with. I always say, you even have a relationship with your money. When you have no money, you know about that relationship with the lack of the money. So something is going on with the relationship and a divine change, divine practice, a divine spiritual enlightenment, something that you are going to see that's going to come into these relationships. But this also may be a relationship with yourself on a whole new level from what you're used to. Maybe opening up in a brand new way. Height. This is Hebrew. So that's why it's no point in me showing it to you that much. This is a man with his arms raised. The soul possesses the means of the expression. Learning to go inside. This might be a relationship with yourself again. Learning to go inside and truly express what it is you mean. coming to understand what that is, the essence of the transcendent light of yourself and what it's trying to tell you. It also speaks to you of just expression through throat, speech, and action, as well as width, length, and vertical and horizontal lines, meaning depth. It is the unattached foot. This is expressing without being held captive, without being stuck. This is being able to freely come into expressing yourself comfortably with growth of knowing who you are and being able to do so. So I feel like you're coming into a new level of you. But it may be a new level of a relationship in general. Scorpio energy. Like I said, you got Mercury in retrograde. You got you have the sun in Scorpio. Mars will come in on the 19th. The sun moves out on the 22nd. You got a new moon, new beginnings, and you're in between two new moons. This is the mystery of life. Very emotional, very intimate, very detective energy. Obsessive energy, though, as well. Sexual and seductive energy. Scorpio is the type that will love you one minute, marry you, and then kick you out the next. Okay? So it's definitely up for change. And with the emotions and the communication here, there's definitely some changes going on. Taurus is, I get it, Taurus is teaching you, and this one is speaking to you about how to be in love with yourself, how to be in love with your life, and how to create that heaven that you seek here on earth by acknowledging these skills. Now, what's going on in the up close and personal relationships? What's going on in up close and personal relationships for Pisces? Ceres is what's going on. This is the threefold theory. This is nurturing or neglecting energy, and it teaches you which one it's talking about. This is the exchange of the very flow of energy within these relationships. So, can you give me more depth on up close and personal? It is a beginning. It is a cardinal energy. It is an intimate change, a sudden boost, a start or a new beginning, a brand new fire that is coming in. But you want to pay attention. Is it nurturing or neglecting? Or has it been teaching you of that from the very threefold karmic energy coming back around? What else is going on in the up close and personal for Pisces? Up close and personal. Neptune. Neptune is about to go direct. It's been in retrograde for a while, and it's going to be in retrograde until I believe the 27th of the month. Neptune is looking at darker aspects prior to it going to darker aspects and aspects of what it hasn't been able to teach you about healing your fears, about creating something new instead of holding on to nostalgia and recreating ill magic. This is about creating new magic, but Neptune has a way of being slightly twisted enough for fantasy to smack you in the face with harsh reality. So you have a brand new beginning. You have Neptune asking you, what kind of magic are you going to create? And Ceres is asking you, is this a threefold situation? Is this karmic situation? Have you been neglecting these relationships in your life, or have you been nurturing them? Because they're going to start showing themselves. But there is definitely something meant to happen because spirit is popping up. Spirit means that it is pure energy. It is the truth. It is unlimited potential that is here to back you up. Just depends on where you're taking it. So stay positive and make sure that you are nurturing what you want to be nurturing. The 9th house is asking you again to check with your ethics and your morals about these relationships and see where you're taking it. And then you have Cancer. Right now you also have Cancer, which has the North Node in it, which is saying there's something here is it's trying to help you understand in this relationship, in these relationships that you have, there's something that needs to be learned, because if it's not learned, you can't move forward. It's that simple. Cancer is also speaking to us of nesting and nurturing, again, like Cirrus. It is also speaking to you of the fact that Cancer sons don't really, they're very emotionally vulnerable and sensitive. But they don't really come at you direct, and they are very empathic. Very empathic and very mirroring of energy. Now, what's going on in the outer world as far as finances, business, finances, business, outer community, jobs, dreams? What's going on here? Well, if you are moving into that new level of enlightenment, then you will be taking it into the business as well. This is asking you, where are you on the level of the lotus flower and its growth? I always say in the astrology, when I come across Makemake, the lotus flower grows out of a swamp. And you can't see in the swamp. It's a nasty swamp. But then it finally grows just high enough to where it breaks through the water, and it's kind of in that frothy middle land. You can see above and below. See perspectives of both. But it really hasn't gotten anywhere but to that middle land. So, are you going to just stop there? Or are you going to keep reaching? Are you going to keep reaching for the sky? This is the question. Are you going to keep reaching? Is there anything else going on in the exterior? Relationships? Not relationships, sorry. Jobs, commitments. I'm getting, this is another Hebrew one. Kaf. This is faith, sublime, pleasure, and will. Bend, open, and allow. To tame. Actual potential. And to be able to fully manifest it. This is waiting for the open palm. The open palm, meaning like, take my hand. Okay? This is continuously creating and simultaneously recreating. So this is a never-ending manifestation of potential. Going with the lotus flower. What are you putting that never-ending manifestation into? The swamp? The frothy meadowland? Or are you reaching? Because the potential's there, but where are you taking that potential is the question. Because you are having the wheel of law. This is the path to Nirvana. This is step into the eightfold. This is believe. Believe and you will create what you are looking for. Anything else in the financial outer arena? Acknowledge the old ways. History, lessons, teachers. Outside, sometimes we just can go and be closer to nature. We can get closer to our higher self, closer to the oneness, the ancient knowledge that's already inside of you. But are you listening to it? Or do you really need to take the time to connect? Because that is what's going to help you get where you're really wanting to go. As you figure out where you want that Lilith, where you want that lotus flower to grow. Honestly. Elemental forces Honor the relationship with the earth. Honor the relationship with yourself, with the oneness, with the truth. And it will set you free. Truthfully, is what they're getting. Go after what your heart desires. Believe in it. Trust in it. Know it. But also understand what it is, the truth of what the heart does desire. Mercury's in retrograde. So this is all about death and rebirth and taking new chances, new beginnings, new resurrections, new pursuits of pleasure. And then we are getting knowing, continuing, wisdom, the threefold, beyond measure, 3D, the act from a place of hope. Sweetie, everything's there for you. Will you believe it's there for you? Bye.